Welcome to the last session, Publishing with Cambridge, Understand Research Transparency and Transformative Agreements. Okay, I'm still the speaker of today. And let's have a look at the schedule. We've go through the publishing in international journals and introduction. We introduced the Cambridge OA journals and OA policy. We talked about how to select an appropriate journal and assess impact. We talked about the H index. And then we moved to the third one. We talked about peer review and ethics, talked about those ethic issues. And the fourth one, we introduced some essential skills for academic communication. So we also talked about the presentation skills. For the previous one, we talked about enhance the international impact of your research. And today we're going to talk about understand research transparency and transformative agreements. I will also go through the submission process about how to submit. Okay. So this is me. For you who've attended to the previous sessions, you may already know me. I'm working to improve author experience in multiple ways. And I have 5 years experience of training and consulting in the area of OA journal marketing and journal management. My efforts are currently focusing on supporting authors to improve their chances at publishing top-tier journals. And this is my email address. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. Okay, so let's get started. So still 2 topics. First, we're gonna slightly touch the research transparency, and then I will introduce the transformative agreements and how to submit to Cambridge journals. Okay, research transparency. You may already aware of the replication crisis, which has influenced fields like psychology, economics, but it's also an issue for all research disciplines, like the data, code, materials, methodology. So I'm sorry, a second. The camera said that the host does not allow me to open. It's now because I don't want that. I cannot start because the host stopped at 8. So could the host open that? Yeah. Okay, let's go on for our presentation. So the data, code, and materials methodologies not sufficiently clear for researchers to reproduce the results in published research. The impact is on the field and on the society. That's why we encourage authors to share the data and code for the integrity of research, to promote data reuse and for the scientific breakthroughs. There are studies that suggest articles linking to open data or including data accessibility statement are cited more because they would trust those papers more. And it also can make research more efficient and aid scientific communication. So that's why we share data and code. And what could we do? we could think about this before we submit our work. Screen is not visible. Let me stop share and try to share a screen again. Screen 2. Is that okay? Okay. It's visible. Okay. Okay. Where are we? Okay, what to do? To think about this before you submit your work, especially if you're funded, your funder will have data sharing policy, and any credible journal could have that too. Don't just do the minimum. Look for good practice. If you can't share data or the code, you could look for transparency. Often required before submission so that reviewers and editors can perform a check. So in terms of where to share, you need to find some reliable repositories, some discipline repositories and general repositories like GitHub, and some repository guides. And trustworthy repository is very important. I also put the paper here. You can also have a look at that. The DOI, the link is also here. And you can know more about the data availability statement and also the open research and research transparency. It's only for a trustworthy scientific environment. And this is research transparency with Cambridge. I put those links here. You can also check the research transparency with Cambridge. We also have different some useful links for you, like data availability statement and share data. And also registered reports, and I put those links here. Please feel free to click it and have a look at that when you need. So that's all for the research transparency. Then let's move to the main part, transformative agreements. I know many of you from the institution that has signed a transformative agreement with us. So we've partnered with over 2,000 institutions globally to help you to publish your research, go to open access. If your institution has an open access publishing agreement with Cambridge, you may publish your article OA at no cost to you. To find out that, you can use eligibility checker. I will provide that later. And we also have research for life. This is for the developing world. If you apply for that, you might receive like a fees waiver or some discount for the OA journals publication. So this is agreement. I think many of you from the institution that has TA with us. So if you have the TA, the transformative agreements with us, you can have a look at the submission workflow. I'm going to talk about how to use that to publish for free or got the discount. So this is the whole process. You prepare for your manuscript, you submit your manuscript to Cambridge journals, and then the manuscript go to peer review process and go to publication decision, and then APC transaction, and then article production, go to published, and then you promote your article. And all articles submitted to Cambridge University Press undergo the same peer review to sustain the high quality of our journal. The decision to publish an article is not affected by whether it will be published open or behind a paywall. So this is an eligibility checker. If you click that and if you put your institution there, it's going to show what kind of agreement we signed with you, like this one. It shows article processing charge discount, full discount. That means you don't have to pay for anything as long as you hit the requirements from your institution. So it says you may publish OA at no cost in journal covered by this agreement. And all the article type, research article, rapid communication, review article, brief reports, and case reports, all those types you can publish for free with those journals. There will be a journal list. This is like the link for the journal list. Journals covered by this agreement. If you click that, there will be the list. So that's eligibility checker. This tool provides details, and for authors who not covered by an institutional agreement, we also offer those routes for funding OA publication. I also put the link here. If your institution doesn't have that, you can click the link to check which type do you suitable for. And we also have author support guideline. This is a guideline website. And if you click that, you go to that website, you can see these like the step-by-step guide to publishing your article open access under a Cambridge Transformative agreement. It's like a very short summary and guide for you, but still very useful. And pre-submission, you need to do that. You need to check these. We are submitting. You go to the home page. You can find the journal information button, and if you click that, you can see the author instruction. And under that instruction, you can see fees, pricing, preparing your materials, submitting your materials, and all those things, author instructions. And then you can see the submit your article button. You need to download the template from the author instruction part. When you finish everything, everything is under the author's guideline. You click submit your article. So this is the homepage of this journal. Submit your article button here. If you click that, you go to this page. You're gonna see a page like login, user ID, password, because most journals from Cambridge University Press, we cooperate with ORCID. So we talk about that. Therefore, you can use username of Scholar1, which is a system we are using, or you can use the password and your username of ORCID. If you don't have any of these, you can just create an account and go your ID and password. Okay, when you put your ID and password in, you click login, you go to this page. These are two pages. So the first page on the top, it shows home and author. You need to click author. You go to this page called Start New Submission. And then you click Begin Submission button. You go to the next page, which is here. Then you can see all the steps from step 1 to step 7. Then you just follow those steps. You put type, article type, title, abstract, and then you upload your file, and then attributes, and then authors and instructions, and then go through the peer review. The reviewers, you recommend the details, comments, and review and submit. So the authors and institution is the most important part. Why do I say that? Because that will link to the future cost, link to your TA from your institution. For example, if your institution said, if the corresponding author is from our institution, doesn't matter if you're students or you are researchers, as long as the corresponding author is from our institution, we're gonna pay for the OA fee. The author doesn't have to pay for that. In that case, you need to make sure you put the institution information correctly, and also you need to make sure you've put your name and email address correct. If you find that's not correct, you need to like to click this button, select the correct one, and modify that. Make sure you've got everything correct at this step. And then you just follow the steps to submit your manuscript and waiting for the peer review decision. And then you go to the manuscript review and publication, waiting for the publication decision. So the manuscript go through editorial and the peer review with communication to the author coming directly from the online peer review system, which is what we talked about. And we've talked about the peer review and ethics in the third session. So we all know that the manuscript will be accepted, rejected, or sent to further revision and review. Got 3 decisions. And the acceptance letters for both OA only and hybrid journal contain information and support links about institutional agreement and the subsequent process. Because the subscription mode, you don't have to pay for any fee. When you accept, you just sign those publish agreement and then go to publication. But if you choose OA, following the acceptance, the corresponding author will receive an email from Cambridge to complete and also publish an agreement like this. You just click this Get Start, then it will drive you to the page. You will need to select the CC lessons. You will need to select OA or non-OA. Select all the types of the article. When eligibility has been recognized, they also will be advised that they are covered by an agreement with Cambridge. That means you don't have to pay for any fee. And also will then select the open access option, including making a lesson selection before the authorized signer signs an agreement that reflects those choices. So I also put the Creative Commons lessons information here. Sometimes you can have a look at that. That's all depends on what your funder or your society or your institution would like you to choose. Some institutions might ask you to choose the non-commercial one. Some might not ask you to do any different choices. You can just choose the general one. And then you go to the open access also publishing agreement. Author will receive an email to complete the author publishing agreement. And then also completes an online form to capture author decisions, like what we said, which kind of format do you want published? You just tick those boxes. And then the contract is generated based on those decisions. And then the signer signs the agreement it will send to you. The sign will be like an online assignment. And the publishing agreement process is complete. And the article proceed to production. So we're finished the assignment, and the system recognized that your institution covered that fee. You might to apply for that too. You might need RightsLink account, but your librarian will introduce you to use that new platform, because we are partnered with RightsLink to process APC transition cost. If the article complies with all relevant eligibility criteria for the institutional agreement, the publication cost will be waived. No author input is required. And they also will receive a confirmation letter from the RightsLink like this. Your APC funding request has been approved. And then you don't have to pay for any fee. Yeah. And the article proceed to production. to production team. In the production team, the article will go through this process. First, the editor will copy editing your manuscript and then type setting, and then send to you for proofreading. And when you finish the proofreading, they do the final typesetting and then go to publication, to online, and release to all the different platforms like Scopus, WOS, PubMed. During that process, what I want to say is you need clearly do your proofreading. Like you need really do the proofreading, do that. Check if there is any errors, any like typos that the editor didn't notice. Some authors might use the ChatGPT to do the language editing. We all know that the ChatGPT gonna say like this is the advice revised paragraph. Some authors might also copy that sentence to their article. So when you're checking, make sure you don't have this. And then authors are notified upon the publication of an article via an email contain a link to published article. So when your article published and when the public production team puts your email online, you're gonna receive the link and direct you to the online page. And post the publication conversion of the article, if you do not select the OA option and are identified as eligible under an open access agreement, you will be informed of an opportunity via email like this. So a simple online form allows authors to select their creative common lessons. This form functions as an addendum to any existing agreement. Yeah, that's the whole process from the submission to the production. And if you have any question for the OA part, you can go to this email address, like where we talked how to write those, how to select the CC lessons. What about the production thing? And also when you have questions about like author publishing agreement, open access process, or even how to select those buttons, how to upload, how to choose, all those questions related to OA, you can go to this email address and ask them how to deal with that. They will reply you within, I think 3 to 5 working days, they will reply to you. Okay, so that's the whole process. And that's the end of our webinar series, workshop series. We had 6 from last year to this year, and today this is the last session. Sorry, sorry, my camera is still not working. Thank you for joining these webinars, and I think like 200, more than 200 people. We already have many of you, and really thank you for joining these webinars. And for gift and certification, by participating in any of our webinars, you will have a chance to win Cambridge academic book called Scientific Writing and Publishing. We will provide the lucky winner with permanent reading access to this book. In May, we will send a confirmation email to the winner's mailbox. And for the certificate, for those who have participated in all 6 webinars, you have to attend it from the first one to the last one. We will issue a digital certificate for completing the online course entitled The Academic Publishing Process. We regret that we cannot issue any digital certificates if your attendance is incomplete. So only those who have participated in all 6 webinars, we will send the digital certificate to you. Okay, so feel free to ask questions. And this is a QR code to complete the feedback survey. And thank you. Let me have a look at the Q&A. Will we be provided with a copy of your PPT? Yes. Yes, you will receive the video and the PowerPoint. Request to lower the limit to 3 to I'm sorry, I can't make that decision. So this year it's you have to attend to all 6 webinars. Is there any set schedule? Yeah, we are making the plan for the next 6 webinars. Not next year, might start this year, next semester. Yeah. Send the link. There any link? I think yes. Could the host send the link to people? Yeah, that's pretty a sad decision. Yeah, I know.
Yes, but with me a moment, thank you.
Okay, yeah, this is a link. Thank you, Jude. Post request email for the next set of schedule. Yeah. If we have the plan for next schedules, we will send the email to all of you who has registered these sessions, the whole sessions. We will send those emails to you. Attendance link? No, there's no attendance link. If you attended, it will show that you attended. The platform going to show that you've attended to this webinar. We get our certificate. Thank you for attending this webinar. So this is how you get the certificate. And I think they will email to you. The marketing will email to you. Thank you very much. Is the authorship open for doctoral or philosophy student, or must be completely done? Authorship open. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're a doctoral student or do you mean the TA for the fee or just the authorship? Yeah, the authorship must be open for a doctor or even your master student. Yes, it's open for doctor philosophy student. And if you're asking if you can use the TA, you need to check the eligibility checker. It will show if doctoral student could use. Some university might say only people who are working there, but I think most institutions sign the unlimited agreements. So anyone who are using who are working or studying in that institution, in that university, could use the TA. Okay, if you don't have any questions, we will stop here, and looking forward to see you in our next session. Thank you.